Governor Ducey and DPS both blasting out a message about a single traffic stop.
They claim troopers found 17 alleged undocumented immigrants. This happened on the I-10 near Ray Road back in April. The report troopers made about this stop is now being called problematic by civil rights organizations and some lawyers.
ABC 15 investigator Liliana Soto got a hold of that report and breaks down just what happened.
Not all traffic stops make headlines, and not all traffic stops get tweeted by DPS and the governor. But this one did. A state trooper finding 17 alleged undocumented immigrants during a traffic stop. Sounds simple, but it isn't. And that's because of a law called SB 1070.
Allows police officers, when they have suspicion that somebody may be in the country undocumented, to call in ICE.
Daniel Ortega is a civil rights lawyer who fought SB 1070 in court. He says despite the law enforcement still can't stop someone simply because they believe a person is undocumented. He argues that's what happened along I-10 when the truck was pulled over for doing 60 in a 65.
Impeding traffic, going 60 in a 65 mile per hour, it's an absolute lie. He stopped them because he believed that they were undocumented.
According to the DPS report, after the trooper made the traffic stop, he mentions he noticed the front seat passenger was wearing camel-style clothing, and he, quote, smelled an odor consistent with the smuggling of illegal aliens, unquote.
If this had been white people in camouflage, he never would have stopped them. It never would have been a reason for that.
A spokesperson for DPS responded to the criticism, saying, in part, the department doesn't consider the odor that's consistent with smuggling of illegal aliens as an acceptable factor to establish reasonable suspicion that a person is a non-citizen and unlawfully present in the U.S. DPS went on to say the report should have been better articulated and that the trooper has 20 years of experience dealing with drug and human smuggling investigations. Lawyers like Ortega say the stop along I-10 is problematic because Maricopa County has a long history of racial profiling by law enforcement. From 2006 to 2015, Latinos in Maricopa County were targeted during traffic stops under former Sheriff Joe Arpaio's leadership. We interviewed Arpaio recently about his book titled Sheriff Joe Arpaio, an American Legend, and about whether or not he regrets any of the immigration tactics he directed as a sheriff.
We didn't go around stopping people skin color. I've always said in my career I'm an equal opportunity incarcerator. I lock everybody up. In
2017, Arpaio was convicted of criminal contempt for violating a federal judge's order from 2011 to stop racially profiling Latinos. He was then pardoned by Trump in 2017. Still, Arpaio says he committed no wrongdoing and was enforcing criminal law.
Being undocumented is a civil offense.
Coming into our country is also criminal. At least the second time is criminal.
Well, when you pull someone over, you don't know if that person came with a visa and overstayed the visa.
It doesn't matter.
Immigration lawyers say it does matter. Entering the U.S. without documents only violates immigration laws, not criminal law. Ortega says not knowing the law is the problem with SB 1070.
They're the kind of problems that we anticipated from the beginning when they passed SB 1070, and that is that law enforcement was going to use it to profile.
As far as the DPS traffic stop, the U.S. citizen driver allegedly admitted to being a human smuggler. The 17 individuals were released. Border Patrol says they couldn't make it. ICE says when they got to the freeway, they were gone. DPS says federal law enforcement refused to show up. Liliana Soto, ABC 15, Arizona.
DPS says they have no comment on the criticism they have received. You can read the full report and the list of reasons DPS gave for this traffic stop. We have that in this story on abc15.com.